God, which in this context references the lore collective of Thor's day, foresaw that the knowledge of one generation could be handed down to the next by altars and temples, by idols and images, and by painted signs and engraved words. And though all these things are in fact false, as a written word is not a word, but an image of an idea that has been spoken, so by symbols, God conveyed the living truth. God said, "Behold, with my sacred people, the Ahins, I, the Lord Collective, have established myself in written words. Now the situation, has come to pass that all the races of man on earth, shall be made to know me." God commanded man to make stone and wooden images, and engravings also, of everything upon the earth. And so man made them, according to his own knowledge he made them. God said, "As every living creature has a name, so shall its image and its engraving have the same name. And so shall it, the situation, be with all things on the earth, in its waters, and in the air above the earth. The image and the engravings shall have the same names as the real things themselves." And God sent his angels down to man, to inspire him in the workmanship of images and engravings, and man thus accomplished the commandments of God. And these were the first writings since the flood, other than those that were kept secret among the Ahins, the sacred people. And the writings were in the following manner, namely, a picture of a man was a man, a picture of a tree was a tree, a picture of a bird was a bird, and so on, everything represented by its own name and image. Then God said, "When you, O man, have made the picture of a spear, behold it is a spear. And when you desire to show which way a man goes, you shall add to the graven image the likeness of a spear, and the way it points, shall show the way man goes. And you shall express the going of everything on earth and in heaven in the same way, with a spear showing its direction." Thus man made a written language, and in every region of the earth. By many men these things were done, according to the light of God, the Lord Collective, upon them, so they, the peoples of humanity, accomplished the written languages of thousands of tribes of men. God said, "This written tongue shall be called the Panic language Osioga, which means earth language, because it is made of earthly images." And, in later times, whoever desires to find the first written words of man, shall have recourse to the pictures of all things on earth, in the waters, and in the air above the earth. God said, "As in the ancient times man named all things according to their own spoken words and sounds uttered, so in the days of Thor, the written words of everything on earth and in heaven came to the Gans. When man had written the name of all things, one only, he had not written, even the name of his Creator. God said, "Even that, O man, you shall also write." Then man inquired, "O Lord, how can I, a mortal, find a word to express the Creator?" God said, "I, the Lord Collective, have raised many tribes upon the earth, and, behold, they have all written the names of all things, except only the Creator. Go, therefore, and write his name also." Man said, "Alas, O my God! I know no name, except the names I have already made. If I could hear the Creator, or see him, then I could write his name." God said, "You have named the wind, whoosh, which you have not seen. Name, therefore, your Creator. And his name shall comprehend all things, far and near, seen and unseen." Then man drew a circle and called it O, for it represented that which was without beginning or end, and which contained all within it. Then man drew a line cutting through the circle from east to west, to represent the light of the east traveling to the west. Then man drew a line from below upward, cutting the circle at right angles with the horizontal, to represent the one road of all things, from the bottom upward forever. The first line man called E, for it was the same as the wind speaks in the leaves. But the second line he called I, for it represented that unseen shaft that cuts all things in two. And when man had completed the engraving, he called it Eo-I. God said, "In this symbol, you have found the way of a true square, true cross, and the four quarters of the world. Keep his name, the name of the Creator, and the image a secret between the rabbis and your God. Nor shall you utter it aloud, for it is sacred upon the earth. Between you and your Creator stands your God, who is Lord of heaven and earth. Behold, I, the Lord Collective, am the key of life and death. Through me, your Lord, you shall unlock all the mysteries of heaven and earth. Neither shall my Rabbah, the Rabbah of the Lord Collective, nor my prophets, the prophets of the Lord Collective, call on the name of any spirit, except the Lord, who is God. The words I, the Lord Collective, give corporeally I also have recorded in heaven, neither can man alter my corporeal records, and make them accord with that which is written above. But in the lapse of time I provide seers and prophets, through whom I can reveal to mortals the things of heaven. On your behalf, O man, I, the Lord Collective, have spoken the following to Jehovah. Man shall measure, O Jehovah, your hand upon him, shall remember your eye upon him, shall seek for your wisdom within him, and he shall be thankful for your good things before him. And he shall consider the little good of those who deny you, the conceit, the overwhelming pride of those who claim to be self-made, and the folly of uttering other glories than yours, and yet not mention any of these imperfections, such as his little good, his self-boasting, and his perishing glory. For all these things being acknowledged and acted upon toward the state of selflessness are the attaining of wisdom.